This Family Life News podcast is made possible by the support of listeners like you.
Next on the 5 o'clock report.
We're taking our Bibles with us today and having conversations about Christ and the gospel in a way we've never seen before.
Just reminds me of 1933 Germany.
The compact asks the schools to accept the government's definition of gender and apply it to campus bathrooms, locker rooms, and women's sports teams.
Now, let's go to the newsroom.
Good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. I'm Family Life News anchor Sarah Harnish. 1.2 million kids brought their Bible to school today on purpose.
This is the biggest I've ever seen of a response for Bring Your Bible to School Day. I'm so excited to see what God's going to do in our nation.
Emerson Collins runs the project for Focus on the Family. He says 10,000 churches got involved to rally students and more than 70,000 different schools were represented. For perspective, there are 130,000 public and private schools nationwide. That means there was a Bible visibly carried on one in every 2 campuses today. Collins says there's a revival happening among Gen Z. It's not just about carrying a Bible, it's about talking to others and being bold in their faith.
It's the Charlie Kirk effect, it's spiritual revival. Whatever it is, God is at work in our nation right now. He's taking the hearts of young people. We're waking up and realizing we are called to go and be the light for Christ that he wants us to be. So we're taking our Bibles with us today and having conversations about Christ and the gospel in a way we've never seen before.
In Washington, D.C., still no deal on day 2 of the government shutdown. No deal and no vote today. President Trump said he's considering firing thousands of employees to downsize the government instead of furloughing them. CBS's Nicole Killian.
One thing that was notable just yesterday is that there was a large bipartisan group of senators talking on the floor about a potential path forward, but again, these are just kind of preliminary talks, but still somewhat of an encouraging sign in this impasse.
Senate Democrats are expected to again block the GOP stopgap funding bill tomorrow, likely extending the shutdown into next week. South Dakota Republican Congressman Dusty Johnson and GOP Senator Ron Johnson are backing the End Shutdowns Act, which would keep the federal government running by defaulting to the just expired budget.
If the politicians don't have an agreement by the deadline, automatically you extend the previous year's funding for a little while to be able to help provide a little more time for an agreement to be set.
The measure would also see that lawmakers don't get paid until the new budget passes. An attack on a synagogue in the United Kingdom that killed 2 is being treated as an act of terrorism. 4 others were seriously wounded after a man drove a vehicle into a crowd, then began stabbing people. It shocked the country.
Everything that's happening right now in the world, I think it just reminds me of 1933 Germany, where people are not being tolerated anymore for being Jews, for being disabled, for these things that we all are, really.
Officials are commending the bravery of worshipers and staff who stopped the attacker from accessing the synagogue. The National Guard made their first appearance in Memphis, Tennessee today. They're there on Donald Trump's orders to fight crime.
Our department is here to enable you, law enforcement, to do your job, to help protect your facilities, help protect your people, so that your hands can be untied to secure your city.
Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Attorney General Pam Bondi were on hand for a pep talk with local police. Some in the city are not happy about their presence. Others grateful for the crime crackdown. 2 Delta planes collided at LaGuardia Airport last night, injuring 1 person. CBS's Tom Hansen.
Just before 10 p.m. last night, Endeavor Air Flight 5047, arriving from Charlotte, landed safely at LaGuardia. But as it taxied to the gate, the plane was struck by another departing CRJ-type aircraft, Endeavor Air Flight 5155.
The windshield of one jet was damaged while the wing of the other plane was torn off. Still to come on the 5 o'clock report, mortgage giants to leave New York. The University of Pennsylvania encouraged by President Trump to change LGBTQ plus practices, and a catfight at the Pennsylvania State House over gun control. Those stories after weather.
I'm Kevin Williams, and here is your Family Life regional weather forecast. Watch for an isolated evening shower or thunder shower, but otherwise for tonight, clear to partly cloudy, patchy fog reforming in the valley, especially in the Twin Tiers. Low temps 50s. Tomorrow, a good deal of sunshine and warm, high temperatures nearing 80. Then on Thursday, turning cloudy and from west to east, a band of showers and thunderstorms move through the area. High temperatures on Thursday, mostly in the 70s.
Thank you, Kevin. Checking the stories, making news where you live across New York and Pennsylvania. New York exodus. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's offices will permanently close in the Empire State. Both companies issued a statement today saying it's in direct response to Attorney General Tish James's, quote, corrupt and dangerous business practices in the state. They'll still employ New York residents and continue to do mortgage loans, but are eliminating their physical presence. Both companies buy mortgages from lenders. Fannie Mae alone has $4.3 trillion in assets, making it the largest company in the United States and the fifth largest company in the world. Hunger assistance programs are bracing for an uptick in business should the government shutdown continue indefinitely. Tara Ellis is executive director of Feed More, Western New York.
For so many people in our community, they are living paycheck to paycheck, and it may mean one missed paycheck before they are in need of food assistance.
SNAP benefits and the federal WIC program are not expected to take any hits immediately, but could be scaled back if the shutdown doesn't end soon. The University of Pennsylvania is one of 9 universities that got an offer from President Trump this week. Commit to strict definitions on gender and get preferential treatment for federal cash. CBS's Christopher Cruz.
The compact asks the schools to accept the government's definition of gender and apply it to campus bathrooms, locker rooms, and women's sports teams.
The 9 colleges would also have to ban the use of race or sex in admissions, freeze tuition, and cap international enrollments. A gun bill that would ban devices that can convert guns into machine guns triggered quite the fight on the floor of the Pennsylvania State House yesterday. Shouts, taunts, and insults. It wasn't captured on camera, but the reprimand from House leadership was.
It is absolutely unacceptable.
There shall be no cherry picking, red, blue, east, west, right or left. It is wrong.
No consensus on the gun bill, but both parties were told to do better. And the Holy Grounds Coffee Shop in Elmira Heights, New York, opened its doors yesterday for National Coffee with a Cop Day. Throughout the day, multiple law enforcement agencies in the area stopped by to take part. Chemung County Sheriff Bill Schromm tells WENY, this is a great way to make connections with the community.
The biggest advantage is it's in a very comfortable, neutral type of setting. They're not interacting with us at a tragic scene. They're not interacting with us at a bad time of their life. It's, they're coming in and grab a cup of coffee and maybe take advantage of engaging with us and talking about any concerns they may have, any questions they might have about law enforcement, ideas, criticisms, whatever they may have. So we enjoy that interaction.
Chemung County Sheriff's deputies even hopped behind the counter to make drinks for customers during that Coffee with a Cop event. Next at 5, a deep dive into religious liberty in K-12 schools. Let's listen in. This is Faith Under Fire. We take you straight to the voices on the front lines of religious battlegrounds. I'm news anchor Sarah Harnish, and with me today, Alliance Defending Freedom Senior Counsel Tyson Langhofer. We're talking religious liberty in school. There was a hearing on Monday before President Trump's newly formed Religious Liberty Commission on freedom for faith in K-12 education across America. Alliance Defending Freedom wasn't just in the room, you guys testified. So tell me what you spoke about.
Sure. So we had our client, Monica Gill, who is a high school honors history and government teacher in Loudoun County. She's been a teacher for more than 25 years. She spoke about her lawsuit against Loudoun County. She was challenging Loudoun County policy, which was forcing teachers to lie to their students about sex and gender.
Let's listen to that testimony.
This policy forced teachers, said they must affirm all transgender students and treat boys as girls and girls as boys. So Loudoun County Public Schools gave teachers a choice: deny truth or risk everything.
But what religious freedoms are in jeopardy or have already been taken away? Why would we need a hearing like this?
The First Amendment protects the free exercise of religion, not just the ability to believe something, but actually to exercise it, to live our faith out every day. And we do that in numerous ways, and schools have been infringing on those freedoms. And so, for example, with Monica Gill, she talked about how her school was forcing her to refer to girls as boys and boys as girls. In other words, they're forcing her to lie about who they are and about who God created them to be, about what it means to be male and female. And that's a real attack on the identity that God has placed in each one of us. The religious freedom of being able to tell the truth, be able to speak biblical truth is taken away. But there's also obviously a lot of other freedoms under attack with parental rights, parents being lied to about their children being socially transitioned and things like that.
Is there a day when having a Bible in your backpack will be viewed as positively as bringing a gay pride flag to school?
I am optimistic. I mean, obviously, there are a lot of dark things in the world, but what I know is we serve a God who's greater than this world. We are bringing truth, and we know that truth will always prevail. And so what we need is more courage. We need more parents encouraging their kids to be bold to speak about their faith, to be willing to bring their Bibles into school, to speak about it as openly as other students speak about other things. I believe when that becomes more normal, it will become less ostracized and there will be less pushback. So I would encourage people to be bold, to be winsome and full of grace, and to stand on the rights that our Constitution gives us.
You're on the front lines of this, literally, like in the courtrooms and standing in front of the President's Religious Liberty Commission. Why do hearings like this, Tyson? Do you think that it will lead to true freedom?
We do hearings like this because when people see clients like Monica Gill, Monica tells her students every day when they come in, you are loved. Mrs. Gill loves you. You are valued. When they see that, even people who don't agree with this can look at that and say, that's the type of person that I want in our public schools. That's the type of thing that I want to protect. And I think when we tell our clients stories, people recognize that that's the type of society we want. We're going to have to fight to protect these very unique freedoms that are in our Constitution that very few other countries have.
Learn more at adflegal.org. You can subscribe, listen to, and share Faith Under Fire and all of Family Life's original podcasts at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or at familylife.org.
Homeowners love it when property values rise, but there is a downside. Hi, I'm Rob West with your Faith and Finance Minute. When your property's value goes up, your property taxes often rise right along with it. But here's some good news. You can challenge your tax assessment. In fact, homeowners succeed in their appeals 20 to 40% of the time. Most jurisdictions have an appeal process. Start by checking for any credits you qualify for, such as those for veterans or seniors. Review your home's official record for mistakes, like extra bedrooms or square footage that you don't actually have. Then, compare your assessment with the values of similar homes in the area. If the numbers don't add up, you may have a strong case for lowering your tax bill and keeping more of your hard-earned money. Get biblical answers to your financial questions in the Faith Fi community. Download Faith Fi, Faith and Finance in your app store or visit faithfi.com.
Coming up on the 5 o'clock report, what do a cheerleader, a makeup mirror, and 2 German shepherds have in common? A crazy story of bravery up next after weather.
Hi, I'm Kevin Williams, and here is your Family Life regional weather forecast. Aside from an isolated evening shower, we've got dry, fair weather ahead over the next 24 to 36 hours, but changes after that. Cold front will deliver some decent shower and thunderstorm activity Thursday night, and some much cooler air will follow as we head toward the weekend. So watch for an isolated evening shower and thundershower, but otherwise for tonight, clear to partly cloudy, patchy fog reforming in the valley, especially in the Twin Tiers. Low temps 50s. Tomorrow, a good deal of sunshine and warm, high temperatures nearing 80. Then on Thursday, turning cloudy, and from west to east, a band of showers and thunderstorms move through the area. High temperatures on Thursday, mostly in the 70s.
All right, Kevin, thank you. Finally, at 5, you might call this story Beauty and the Beasts. A 17-year-old cheerleader saved a woman and her small dog that were being attacked by 2 German shepherds in a Georgia neighborhood. Sailor Ziegler looked around for anything to ward those dogs off and found a folding makeup mirror. It worked.
I can't explain the feeling. I just went there to help. I just felt right.
The woman that was saved was blown away by the teenage bravery.
I love her. I feel like she saved my dog's life, but she saved mine. I'm serious. I will always know her. She's pretty special. She's fearless. She's fearless.
The woman and her dog walked away with some scrapes. The owner of the German Shepherds was cited. And as for Sailor, she continued on her way to take an AP exam as she pursues a medical degree. A little cosmetic courage. And that's the world that we live in for Thursday, the 2nd of October. I'm Sarah Harnish, and this is the 5 o'clock report on Family Life.
Thank you for listening to this Family Life News podcast. If you've been encouraged by what you've heard, please share it with others and click the subscribe button to automatically receive future episodes. Family Life is a listener-supported ministry. Podcasts like this are made possible by your financial partnership. Find out more at familylife.org.